It's time for you to stop being a complete and total space noob when it comes to mining Quantanium in Star Citizen. So let me show you the best way to find Quantanium in Star Citizen 317.2. But Hogs, every single time I try to go mine Quantanium, it takes me for freaking ever. I can't hardly find it, and when I do, the rocks totally suck. Never fear, space noob. I have your back. First of all, you'll hear people talking about the air and halo this and the air and halo that. Yep, if you want to waste a whole bunch of your time, you go there. Instead, we are going to be mining in the erkul system on Lyra, which is fondly known as the Quantanium Motherland. Do not pick a certain place to drop into on this moon. Instead, head over to any of the ohm markers. I'm going to be at ohm 1 because it is always daylight here. Quantanium loves cold environments, just like here on Lyra. It also likes to spawn around mountain ridges on the flat area, not so much on the mountains themselves, but the flat areas around mountains. Areas that are flat without mountains will not really spawn Quantanium. This Star Citizen Prospector's mining guide will cover everything, including key bindings. So first head over to key bindings, then go to advanced settings. You're going to want to be making changes in your flight radar. If you play on mouse and keyboard, change your active ping from tab to mouse button 4. To increase your ping angle, you want to make that left alt plus mouse wheel up. To decrease your ping angle, you want to have that set for left alt plus mouse wheel down. I'll show you what all that scanning jazz means here in just a second. First of all, you just want to get down to about 5,000 meters above the surface of Lyra. Once you're there, release your very first ping. It's going to pull up a whole bunch of boxes. Now you can do that left alt plus mouse wheel up, and then you're going to rescan the boxes once again. What you're looking for are multiple diamond returns. So far, we're only finding single returns. A single return, chances are, will not be Quantanium. There is a double right there, and everything over 2 or more will be Quantanium. Well, at least on Lyra anyway. Lyra is very unique in the verse. Everywhere else you get multiple diamond returns doesn't mean it's going to be Quantanium. That reason alone right there is why I love to mine on Lyra. There is no real guesswork. Everything that is a 2 or more return of diamonds is definitely going to be Quantanium. This rock right here might actually be pretty half decent since it has a really small green area. The majority of the time when you have a really tiny area, the rock's going to turn out to be half decent. Now that one was 24%. That's not too shabby. This one has a bigger green area. I can already tell you that it's going to suck. Alright, so in a way I'm kind of irritated because I wanted to actually spend more time showing you how to find Quantanium fast, but instead I found it right away. Now, all mining is basically the same in Star Citizen. You want to get relatively close to the rock, make sure that you're in the optimum range. You'll press M to pull out your mining laser. Wheeling up on your mouse will increase the mining laser's charge, and wheeling down will decrease it. I'm about to use a surge module. Now you can do that by pressing Alt 1 on your keyboard. This will inject a whole bunch of heat. As you can see, my bar is almost to the green area. Once it gets there, I'm going to be pressing Alt 2 in order to use my stampede module. Now what that's going to do is it's going to cut through the green or the red extremely quick, so just make sure you don't get it in the red. Using a surge and a stampede module in conjunction with the Lancet MH1 mining laser head will absolutely guarantee that you can crack any Quantanium rock up to 8.5k mass. Once you've cracked that main rock down, chances are you'll still have some charge left on your stampede, so if you're quick enough, you'll be able to get this yellow crack down all the way to purples. Only purples can be scooped, so if you see any of the rocks with a yellow or orangish outline around them, that means that you still need to crack them down in order to get them to purples. One of the biggest things you want to keep in mind about Quantanium Mining Club is do not scoop any purples on board until you have all the yellows completely cracked down. I did mention before, if you wanted to put more power into the rock, you wheel up, and if you want to decrease that, well, you'll just wheel down. The other thing you want to keep in mind too, if you put too much power into the rock and it gets into the red, all you have to do is left mouse click. That will set your mining laser power to 0. Then you can just wheel back up and keep doing that over and over. You'll notice that I do that a lot in order to crack these rocks. It just makes it so much easier. Mainly because if you get yourself into trouble, wheeling down's not going to help as much as you want it to right away, so just cut the power to 0. I also like to make sure that I scan all the majority of the rocks first before I even start to scoop any Quantanium at all. because once you start scooping, it starts the countdown clock timer of complete and total destruction, and if that reaches 0, well, Space Pal, you just blew yourself up and lost your load. Seriously though, do not sweat that countdown clock timer at all. As long as you scoop at the very end, you'll have plenty of time to go practically anywhere you want to process this order. I do all of my refining at Arc L1, and I have my ship landed before I even get my very first warning light in most cases. Seriously, as long as you scoop at the very end, you're not going to have to sweat that countdown clock timer at all. Completely loaded up. We didn't do too bad. I think that's 24 SCU. That's pretty half decent. Let's head back and get this refined. That awkward moment when you're the luckiest person in the world and complete a 17-minute round trip. One of the other things you'll want to do as soon as you land, hit up the fleet manager and get your Prospector stored as soon as you possibly can. Doing so will completely stop that countdown clock timer of doom and destruction. To process your Quantanium, you'll have to head over to the refinery deck, click on your Prospector, then set up work order. If you don't have a massive transport ship, just select the Quantanium alone and pick either Ferron Exchange or Dink Solventation. Both of those are really good methods to use. Let's do one more run. I'm trying to show you how to find Quantanium quickly. That last one was kind of cheese because we basically dropped on top of it. I had another order in there. It was like 900 and some quant. The exact same thing. I was trying to show people how to find quant fast, ended up dropping right on top of it, even though it was kind of a crappy rock. So maybe third time's a charm. I'll be able to actually show you how to locate Quantanium really fast without, dropping right directly on top of it. Same method as before, and actually really super close to where I dropped in last time. I'm going to get down to about 5K, then release my very first wide angle ping, then start scanning the boxes at 2%. And I really like having my 2% set on this zoom right here because it really helps being able to see those diamond returns without having to put my face right on the computer screen. I want to mention this again. Now, Lyra is extremely unique. It's not like any other place you're going to mine in the verse, I'm telling you. Anything that is over a 2 or more on those diamond reports will be Quantanium. See, there's some right there. I can hear it now down in the comments, bro, you're so lucky, I never find it this easy. I'm sorry, man. See, here's the thing, you're actually going to find many 2-packs and you're going to be finding patches as well, but just because you find the Quantanium doesn't mean that that Quantanium is going to be worth a hell. That first rock sucked, the second rock I can already tell sucks because of the size of the green area. So what rock should you mine? Well, that very first order that you saw at the refinery was only 900 and something. That was only a 20% rock that was 2.4K. It was barely worth my time, so I just highly recommend that you stick to any rock that is over 20%, that is at least around a mass of 3 to 4K. Of course, the bigger the better. Found another 2-pack. Let's check and see if it's even worth a damn. Probably not, but battle in numbers. The more you find, eventually you're going to find a super duper good rock. And ironically, it looks like we found the rock that we just mined up just a little while ago. One of the main things you want to do once you've scanned all the boxes and you haven't found anything is to fly about 10 kilometers away, then do a 360 scan again, bring up all the boxes, and once you got all the boxes up, just rescan everything at 2% that is in front of you or slightly to the side. Oftentimes I will have 100% power to my engine, so I can constantly fly around boosting really quick like this all the time. Found another 2-pack. I've only been actively looking for about 5 or 6 minutes at this point. I can't really see what that rock is because of the freaking sun. Well, yep, green area is really big, so that one is not going to be worth a hell. Hopefully this rock's going to be the pepper. It has a really small green area, and why looky there, that is over 40%. I don't even give a crap what size rock this is. We're definitely going to be mining it up. And through the magic of video editing, we got them all cracked up just like that. We're ready to scoop up all those purples. We got the most glorious crack on all those yellows. Every single one of those 3 slabs that I cracked ended up being 100% Quantanium, and that makes my life a whole hell of a lot easier because I don't have to scan each one of these little pieces to make sure they're really good before I scoop them. So yeah, I'm pretty much happy about that. The other thing that's worth mentioning, if you see the mass on those purple chunks, if you have 100% Quantanium, all you have to do is multiply that number by 2, and that's how much quant you're bringing on board. And just like that, that 40% rock coughed up an entire full load, 32 SCU worth of Quantanium. Once refined, that'll be worth 267,000 AUEC. unless you get interdicted by pirates and killed, which would totally suck. Just like that, we're back in Arc L1, landing our Prospector with a full load of Quantanium, and my warning light still hasn't gone off yet. Typically on a bad day, I will take off and be back to landing right here in under 25 minutes. In this video though, we're averaging under 20 minutes per run, which is actually kind of psycho if you're a new miner. I wouldn't count on that, although it will happen as long as you follow the tips I'm giving you in this Prospector's mining guide. The tips I've shown you in this video is definitely the best way to find Quantanium in Star Citizen 317.2. I think I have most definitely earned the right to stuff my face with this double hot dog. I hope this Prospector mining guide helped you find Quantanium like a freaking space boss, and if it did, please consider like, comment, and subscribing on this video. And if you are into mining, definitely type 07 down in the comments. I love to mine in Star Citizen. All my love to my Patreons and my YouTube channel supporters. I love you guys.